Lights out. Everybody.
You shouldn't have done it, Mitch.
Yeah, quit beefing. You going soft?
Soft? No, of course not. But cooking the old guy tonight didn't need to.
He didn't need to. He saw us, didn't he? He could turn us in at the description, couldn't he?
He'd never be able to describe us. It was too dark.
Well, Mr. Rosinski's don't take chances, see? Anyhow, you cased the joint. Why didn't you spot the burglar alarms on that safe?
Safe my racket, Mitch. You're the Peterman.
Knives is your racket, eh, Corky? Slip him in the guy's ribs from the back, huh?
Listen. Quit talking about the cooking we've done. It gives me the chills.
Yeah.
It's just nerves. This rotten fog shut me down. Say, you sure you know where you're going?
Of course I know. I can find it, fog or no fog. We're almost there.
Are you sure we're going to be safe in this joint?
Cops will never find us. This old warehouse ain't been used for years. Well, I don't.
I hope you're right.
Ain't I always right?
Yeah. You don't get sore. Well, how much farther?
Pretty soon. We're almost there.
Hey, what's that?
Listen.
What is it, Mitch? It sounds like little hoofs.
Well, it's nothing. Some of the people who live around here keep goats. Probably one of them.
Yes, that thing went right past me.
What's getting into you?
But, Mitch, I felt something. I tell you, I did. But there wasn't anything there. Little hoofs, close to me. But there ain't nothing there to see.
Listen, Corky, in a minute, I'm going to let you have it. You're squealing like a rat.
That's honest. I ain't squealing. I'm scared. There's something for me.
Yeah, that killing we did, huh? Is that scaring you?
No. Maybe it's just this lousy fog. I don't know.
Well, don't get nervous now. We got the getaway to worry about.
Well, let's get off the street. Let's get up away from the river. Get where there's some light.
I ought to clip you, Corky. This fog was made to order. Perfect getaway. And $4,000 in our keys.
I know, Mitch, but little hoofs shouldn't run past the guy. There's nothing to make them run.
That's right. Hey, here's the block. Oh, look now in this building. We'll come to a bunch of doors close together.
I don't like the looks of this layout.
Yeah, what do you want, Reed?
Here come your doors. Which one do we crack?
Wait, I got a figure. I can't remember. I think it was the third. Yeah, I know it was.
You are right. The third door.
Who are you?
Does that matter?
Listen, guy, you start talking. Who are you? Where do you pop up from?
That is not important. You are called Mitch Rosinski, and you are Cookie Donavetti.
Listen, brother, you're talking out of turn.
So? But we have much in common to talk about.
Come on, Mitch. Let's scram. I don't like this guy's looks.
Pipe down, you. Listen, guy, talk fast. Now, who are you?
That is not important. Now, suffice to say that I have come to meet you, to take you where the police will never find you.
Mitch, I don't like this guy's looks.
Shut up, Rat.
No.
Oh, you can hide us out, huh?
No one will ever find you. Rest assured.
It sounds like you got something there, mister. But how do we know you're on the level?
Are there not two of you to my one? Can it be said that the mighty Big Mitch Rosinski is frightened?
Scared? Me? I ain't scared of man or the devil.
I have heard that. Interesting.
I'm telling you, Mitch, you're making a wrong move.
Who's doing this? So how do we get to this hideout of yours?
You are about to enter the third door of this building. That will be as good as another.
Hey, what are you trying to hand us? We're happy this joint already.
Most excellent. Then the door is open. Shall we enter?
Mitch, don't tell me there's nothing phony. Look.
Hey, listen, what's going on here, fella? I just tried that door and it was locked tight.
And now it is opened. Let us enter.
I ain't going in there.
Yeah, no, I think this guy's got something on the ball. I think he knows some real tricks.
The tricks of our trade, my friend?
Yeah, that's right. Maybe we can do a little business together, huh?
There is work for both of you.
No, Mitch. I can see something. Let's not go with this
Why,
guy.
this fella's setting us right with his mob.
I have reserved prominent places for you.
No, Mitch. Cut me out, will you?
Yeah, I'm getting sick of your squealing. You get in there, and I'll lead the way.
Cut me out, will you?
Yes, gladly. Come with me, my friend.
No. Let me go back, will you, Mitch? Come on. Here's something for me here. I'm trying to...
Cut it out. Why, we got a chance to be big shots with a smart guy like this.
None will be closer to me. I promise you.
See, Corky, I got idea this fella can do big things for fellas in our racket.
You are shrewd, my good friend. I know exactly the things for men like you.
Now, listen to that. Now, what do you think?
Mitch, I'm scared. Take a good look at this guy. That's all I ask. Look at him close, will you?
Aye, look very closely. Want you to remember me.
Well, you'll never see a classical guy. Look at them clothes like the swells wear. That it's class. He looks like big society.
Maybe. Me, I don't like it.
Hey, what's the matter with you? I ain't never seen you like this before. Hey, wait up, mister. Don't go so far ahead. Hey, where do you go?
Mitch, they're coming. They're coming after you again. It's them hosts.
Mister! Hey, mister, where are you?
Let's get out of here, will you? Hey, Mitch, where are you?
Quit your whining. I'm willing to get out of here, but I can't see in the dark. I'm no cat.
Light a match. Here, I got one.
Never mind. I got a little flashlight.
Ain't much good in this barn.
No. It is a feeble light.
You? Where do you come from?
I had not left.
It's him. He's a phony, I tell you.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
I have always been here, watching your interesting partnership.
There's something for him, Mitch. Let's scram.
I think maybe you're right, Corky.
Hear me out. Did you not know that I have long considered myself a silent partner in your enterprises?
What do you mean?
This hour shall see my partnership become active. I have joined you, my very dear friends.
No, go away from us, will you? Leave us alone.
Tell us who you are.
I have had many names. What does it matter? What would my name mean to you? Yet, I have told you, we are partners. Tonight, our partnership will be consummated. I will show you how strongly it can be welded. Remember the first job you did together.
That's it, pal. Say, jimmying a window is a cinch for you, ain't it?
You said something that time. Boy, you're sure going to be glad you teamed with me. We'll make some real dough.
Yeah, better be careful on this job, though.
Careful of what? This old bird ain't going to give us any trouble.
I know, but we got to make him talk. And we can't have a lot of racket.
We can find his roll all right. Probably he hides it in his mat.
No, I went through this joint when he was out the other day. Couldn't find a thing.
So you called me in, eh? Smart boy. Here we go. Quiet. When we get in, I'll jump him. Where is his bed? In his room?
Just to the right of the window. There's only one room in the shack.
Okay, come on.
Who's there? Who's there?
Shut up or I strangle you.
That a boy, Mitch.
Now, listen, guy, I'm going to let loose of you, but remember, when you body you and you're dead, remember now.
Who are you? What do you want?
What do you think we want? Corky, snap on your flash.
Nick, somebody will spot us.
Way out here in the country, snap it on. I can't do my best work unless I can see.
Okay, here you are.
Yeah, that's well. Now, you, where do you keep it?
Keep what?
Don't give me that. You know what I mean. Where do you keep your roll, your dough, your money?
Money? I have no money. I'm a poor old man.
You're a poor old fool.
That's it, Mitch. Let him have it.
Come on, guy. Where's the dough?
Honest, I have no money. Not a penny.
Okay, mister. We ain't got all night. Corky,
Yeah, Mitch. What do you want?
you brought along some big needles, didn't you?
You know me, Mitch. Sure I did.
Okay, turn on that gas plate over there and heat 'em up. This guy needs working on.
Come on right up.
Please, I'm telling the truth. I haven't any money. Not a
Cut
penny.
that out. Everybody around here knows you got plenty of money hid somewhere.
No, it's a false rumor. It isn't true. I swear it.
Here's the needles, Mitch. Here. Pull them with a pliers. Red hot.
Good. Gimme. Now, you're gonna tell us.
Honest, I ain't got...
Yeah? Okay, hold his hand. A hot needle through his fingernail. Hold him. There.
Oh.
Give me that other needle. Grab him, Corky.
Oh, no. Oh, please. I'll tell.
And I thought he'd come around.
Sure, they all talk. All right, guy, quick, where is it?
Right there. Behind that picture.
You hold him, Corky, till I see. Hey, here it is, pal.
That's the stuff. What'll I do now?
Well, he knows what we look like. Got a knife?
Sure.
Okay, Corky. You know how.
Please, don't kill me. Don't.
Yes. That was a splendid beginning to our partnership. A very well-handled job. And profitable for you, wasn't it?
Who told you that? How'd you know about that job?
How do I know? But I was there. I watched you.
Mitch, I'm scrambling out of here. I'm going to run.
No, my friend. You will not run. Instead, we will look at more of our partnership records. We must have a full accounting.
Mitch, I'm scared stiff.
Hey, mister, where you hear all this?
I know so many things. Why, don't you remember?
Cut out that racket. You ain't hurt.
Oh, please. Please let me go. I've never done anything to you.
Of course you haven't. Listen, sister. We didn't snatch you because we liked your pretty face, see? We want dough. Get it? Dough.
Oh, but my father will pay well. Oh, if only he'll let me go. Please, I know he'll pay. I'll see that he does.
Nuts. When we get the money from your old man, we'll let you go, and not till we do get it.
Oh, I promise you that you'll get it.
Yeah. That you, Mitch?
Yes. Hurry up.
Did you get it?
Get it? Nothing. The dirty crooks crossed us off.
What do you mean?
I went to this party vacant lot, you know.
Yeah?
I got up on the garage roof across the street. Nobody figures me to be up there, so I get good look around.
Go on.
So what do you think? The place is lousy with coppers.
I tell you, I'll beat that. You know, I thought the guy had kicked through without a squawk.
Don't worry. When I get through, he will.
Yeah, but this dame, she's awful dangerous to keep around long. We're hotter than a firecracker right now.
Just speed things up a little.
Well, I say, let's get this. Let's knock off the babe and beat it before the coppers catch up with us.
Not me. I got better idea. Hey, you.
What do you want?
Your old man tipped the police.
What? I can't help that. I wrote the note when you made me do it.
Yeah, but it didn't work. We have to show your old man we mean business.
What are you going to do?
You'll see. Corky, you got that big knife of yours?
Sure. What are you going to do?
Send a little present to this babe's father. Hold her left hand, Corky.
Oh, don't. Please, let go. Oh, what are you going to do?
Guess what? I'm going to send one of those pretty fingers to your old man.
Oh, no. No, for the love of mercy. Please.
Come on, mister.
Give me a hand. Hold her on, Corky.
Hey, what happened to her?
Yeah, she's just passed out. There we are. That'll make the old buzzard think.
Hey, Mitch, that ring on that finger. Let's keep it. It's worth real dough.
Nothing doing. Her old man will never recognize the finger without the babe on the other end of it. But he will recognize that ring. He'll know we're not fooling now.
You handled that job very well, my friends. And when you sent the finger, no time was lost in paying you off. Remember? You made a neat sum. And what a splendid joke on the father of the girl. She was already dead when he paid you.
We didn't croak that dame. That was accident. We didn't.
Of course you didn't. But blood poisoning is a fine assistant, isn't it? But we have still another of our partnership activities to be reviewed. There you displayed an amazing ingenuity. It was a bakery, remember? A small bakery. One man ran it, a stolid old German. too stolid, remember? But you beat him. He got nothing for his stuff.
That'll hold you. Give us a battle, will you?
Why not?
You're asking for it, huh?
Skip it. Let's get going on this safe.
Yeah, but I'd like to give this mug the works.
I know, but there's 25 grand in that safe. Unless the newspapers are kidding us. Let's get it. Come on.
Think we won't? Where's this hook?
Huh? Well, don't ask me. I don't pack your rig.
Hey, Cook. We ain't got a bit of nitro. How are we going to blow that safe?
Oh, Mats, don't tell me we're stuck now.
No, we ain't stuck. Let's go talk to our friend. Hey, you.
We ain't got time to fool with that.
Tie up. I know what I'm doing. Hey, honey. We want the combination to that safe, and quick.
What for? That safe is empty.
What are you handing me? Listen, we'll read the papers. You had a ticket on a horse that ran third in the sweepstakes, and they paid off 25 G's. You cashed your check and put the dough in that safe. We saw it in the papers. Now, what do you say?
I say to you, why don't?
Give it to him, Mats.
Yeah, you're a tough guy. Look, you give us that combination, or do we go to work on you?
I don't talk.
Say, you've been making donuts, huh? Frying them in that oil, huh?
I do not talk to you.
No, that grease looks pretty hot. It's bubbling. Do we get the combination, or do I drop a little of this grease on your neck?
You do not scare me.
Scare you? Hey, you look, I'm not trying to scare you. Cookie, here, stretch this guy out on your table. He thinks I'm kidding.
Yeah? It's going to be awful surprised. Yeah. Come on. Give me a hand, miss. Come on, this guy's heavy. Hurry.
Someday for this, you answer.
Yeah, we'll answer when we're spending your dough. Hold his head over here, Corky.
Don't stall. Let him have a dipper full in the face.
That ain't polite, Corky. Let's show the gent how we're going to entertain him. Here, you look. Look at that. Scalding hot. Nice, huh? How'd you like some of that on the back of your neck, huh? You going to give us the combo?
I give you nothing.
Oh, well, here, let me get a dipper of this stuff. Now, let's just drop a few little drops on your neck like this. That ought to loosen up your tongue, sort of oil it, you might say.
Well, how about doing a little chattering? Or should we stick your face in it?
Nine, I tell you nothing. Why don't?
Give him the works, miss.
He asked for it. All right, mister. Now, let's do this slow, and any time you want to quit, just say so.
Nine, I don't talk. I don't talk. Nine.
Okay, then let's get a little taste of this hot grease. And we do this slow, see? We push down your bullhead. Down. Little more. Gonna get a taste of that grease soon.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. God, that evil, don't do.
Oh, you ready to give us that combination, huh? How about it?
Hey, Mats. It was too rough. Look, the guy can't talk. He's fried.
He can't talk? Well, of all that dirt, that rat. He should have talked before I shot his face in that stuff.
It's too late now.
Yeah, too late. And he can't give us that combo. He can't talk. But it ain't too late for this guy to find out you can't cross up Mitchell Rosinski. I'll show him. Get out of the way. Let me get a shoulder under that guy.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do? This guy was so anxious to fry. Okay, so he'll fry. Open that oven door. This'll teach you to cross me. Get in there.
Yeah, you can't make it, pal.
Can't, huh? I will make it. Hey. Water.
You were shoving too hard, Mitch. I guess you busted his neck.
Huh? I guess I did.
Gee, fella, you got to watch out for them big bits of yours. You're pretty strong.
Well, what's the difference? We'd have had to croak him anyway. He's seen us. He'd remember what we look like.
Sure. Only we ain't going to get that 25 now.
Let's get out of here.
Hey, Mitch, look. That safe ain't locked. Look, open just a little.
Sure enough. That's a good one.
Let me at it. Here it is, Mitch. It works. And some more cash, too. Boy, we're in the dough.
Sure we are. Let's get going.
Okay.
Have a donut, Cookie.
unusual piece of work. Novel and complete. I congratulate you both.
You know all these things. Who told you?
I was there, my friend. Haven't I assured you yet that I am your silent partner in all these little affairs?
Mitch, this guy's lying. We never saw anyone on our jobs.
It is not difficult for me to make myself
Yes, sir.
inconspicuous.
Mister, I think Corky was right. There's something funny about you. I'm beginning to feel it, too.
On the contrary, you will find that I am very genuine. You must come with me. You will meet your friends, many of them.
Mitch, we don't want to join up with this guy's mob.
I don't know. He says we got friends in his crowd.
My home is full of your acquaintances, and many more will soon be there to keep you company.
Is this on a level?
To be sure, we are not without a certain honor. My friends?
Tell me one guy you got with you that I know.
You once had a brother. Or have you forgotten, Cookie?
You mean Lefty? Oh, no. No, Lefty ain't with you. No. No, on account of Lefty's.
Yes?
Well, Lefty ain't with you, that's all.
I did not know you had a brother, Corky.
Oh, I haven't.
Cookie and his brother quarreled, Mitz, over the spoils of a little job. There was nothing for Cookie to do but use his knife.
How did you know that?
It is my business to know these things.
All right, then. If I croak Lefty, how is he in your mob?
You disbelieve? Very well. You will meet him soon.
I don't know. I can't figure this out, but I don't think I like it.
Come. We will seal our bargain. You will join me. I have places ready for both of you so that you can join me and pay me my due.
What do you mean, pay you?
Have we not had a partnership? And until now, I have not shared in the spoils.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
Oh, Mitch, we shouldn't have come here. I tell you, we shouldn't have.
Come. We close our bargain. My hand. Take it to bind our pact. Come. Take my hand and place it on your heart.
Mitch, he ain't a mobster. Mitch, look. Look at that face. Where did I see it? Mitch, his hand. Like fire. Like flame.
Who are you?
Do you have any doubts? I am Beelzebub, or Abaddon, or Belial, what you will. Lucifer, if it pleases you, your partner, my friends. Your partner in the unholiest of your enterprises.
No, there ain't no such thing. No.
I'm leaving. Let me go. Let me go.
You cannot leave here. From here, there is no leaving. And you have not yet met your friends. Your brother, Koki. He'll be glad to see you. Your erstwhile partner, Mitz. Kano was his name. The marks of your huge hands are still on his throat.
No, that ain't so. I didn't croak him. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. He knows, though. Oh, bring me my light. My dancing light. The light that flames and sears. Here are 2 black souls, coals for our fires. 2 hearts to redden the flames of Inferno. Oh, the Master calls. The King of the Dark Angels. They welcome you. My cohorts and minions, see how quickly they answer. Listen. Ah, yes, they welcome you, my partners. Indeed, you are welcome.
What is it we're dreaming? Sure, that's what we're dreaming.
Corky, look, it's red. All around us, look. The light's dancing. Corky, what is it? What is it?
The flames of hell. The flames of hell. Yeah, I know.
You are most welcome, my partners. You are accepted into our confraternity. The confraternity of blood and blackness, of souls damned to eternal fires. Come, my friends. Hear my voice and heed it. Come.
Yes.
Ah, yes. Willingly you come. Come with me into the depths where the flames are hottest. Come where you will be consumed entirely, and yet will never be consumed. First your hearts, red for the flames, then your night-black souls, fuel of the finest, high of the finest.
Sure now, Rookie. Is the river bait getting too tough for you already now, huh?
Well, no, sir. I'm sorry to call you, Sergeant, but I didn't know what else to do.
That's all right, Nolan, me boy. I'd rather you'd call me than chance a mistake. Now, what is it?
Well, a bum I picked up. Hysterical, babbling over a crazy story about...
Where is he?
The squadman took him in. He was raving.
Drunk. Delirium tremens, huh?
No? No, I don't think so. Let me show you. It's right down here.
Yeah. Where are we going?
Right here, this old warehouse. He was sleeping on the loading platform. Said he was waked by a bright red glow.
Yeah? Go on.
He said he looked in the window and... Well, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but he said he saw the devil.
Huh?
Yes, I know. That's crazy, but... Well, here's the door to the warehouse.
Do they all go to the old warehouse?
We take the third door.
I wonder how the doors in back are. This ain't been open for months. Well, you can see that.
Yeah, the back door's the same. There are no windows. This loft was used for dead storage.
Well, that red glow might have been a fire. Let's take a quick gander through the place anyway here. Have you got a pass key?
Yes. Yes, I have one, Sergeant. Wait a minute.
Careful now, lad.
What's over there?
Looks like old furniture. Let's take a peek at it. Turn your flashlight on it.
Yeah. Careful of them loose boards.
No. You notice a peculiar odor.
What is it?
Well, it's kind of creepy, what with this devil business and all. That smells like burning sulfur.
I didn't fall for the devil business, Sergeant, but I did figure something was... Look.
Two of them. Come on.
They're dead.
Sure they are. And, man, look at the hole scooped out of their chests. Claw marks, too.
Claw marks, but, Sergeant, the flesh around the wound is burned and it's scorched. That's devil's work.
I see it, Nolan. It looks like a huge flaming claw reached out and scooped the hearts out of them.
Sounds like you almost believe it's devil's business, Sergeant.
I ain't saying, lad. But look, maybe you can explain them marks in the dust there on the floor.
Where?
Right there. Those prints were made by hoofs. Cloven hoofs. Maybe you were right, lad. Maybe it is the devil's work.
Devil's Due, this evening's Lights Out drama, was adapted from the idea which won first prize in the Chicago American Lights Out contest. The idea was submitted by Fred N. France, and the adaptation was made by Hobart Donovan. Devil's Due was produced by Win Wright. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Hey folks, Waddle from Watchwaddle here. Hope you're enjoying today's radio program, and if you're considering getting a new radio to listen to them, why not get one with the newest innovation, the 4-speed record player? Because available now is our newest hits from Watchwaddle Production. Check out me and the gang and our hilarious, zany, and crazy tunes, filled with spoofs, gags, and jokes. Available in our playlist collection. Check them out for some cheap laughs and running gags. Well, and when we say running gags, we ain't kidding, brother. Screwy Forest's Watchwaddle Cartoons. Available on Channel Watchwaddle.
Use Ajax, the foaming cleanser. Clean pots and pans, just like a whiz.
Ajax cuts grease faster than any other leading cleanser.
Use the pain, the elbow tax, when you start cleaning with Ajax.
Ajax really polishes as it cleans.
So use Ajax, the foaming cleanser. Flush the dirt right down the drain.
My gosh, they're right. Foaming action Ajax makes even the dirtiest pan shine like new in a jiffy.
So use Ajax.
Suspense. This is the man in black, here again to introduce Columbia's program, Suspense. In our starring Hollywood cast this evening is Mr. Peter Lorre, who appears as a mysterious gentleman called George Ravel. Miss Wendy Berry plays our worried heroine, Marjorie. Mr. George Zuko is the lawyer, Alex Stevens. The story called The Moment of Darkness is tonight's tale of suspense. If you have been with us on these Tuesday nights, you will know that suspense is compounded of mystery and suspicion and dangerous adventure. In this series are tales calculated to intrigue you, stir your nerves, to offer you a precarious situation and then withhold a solution until the last possible moment. And so, with The Moment of Darkness, and with the performances of Peter Lorre, Wendy Berry, George Zuko, and our other players, we again hope to keep you in suspense. The Train Bleu crack express train from Paris to the French Riviera, which in these carefree days before the war used to make the journey from Paris to Nice overnight. At the Gare du Sud on this particular mild spring evening, the train with its glistening wagon-lits or sleeping cars waits in a station filled with smoke and the iron coughing of engines. You can hear the excited crowd and the slamming of compartment doors. You can see the guard standing by with his watch in hand, with his horn ready to blow as a signal.
En voiture, messieurs les voyageurs! En voiture!
Better get in, Emily. The train just about ready to start.
Commotion there. At the last moment just before the signal, a girl in a light summer dress, carrying a small suitcase, hurries along the platform towards car number 10. The girl is blonde and evidently English, and as she hurries towards the guard...
En voiture! Dépêchez-vous, mademoiselle. Hurry up, please.
Oh, yes, of course. Is this carriage number 10?
Oui, mademoiselle, numéro 10. Hurry up, please.
Thank you. I'll get in.
Et maintenant...
Corridor must be at least a mile long. Car 10. Compartment number 6. Compartment number 6. Compartment... Oh, here it is.
Yes, come in.
Mr. Stevens, Oh, I beg your pardon.
That's quite all right. Won't you come in?
I thought this was Mr. Stevens' compartment.
It is his compartment. I'm sharing it with him.
He is on the train, isn't he?
Oh, yes. He's going to look for some luggage that failed to turn up. In the meantime, won't you come in and sit down?
Thank you.
As an old friend of Toby Stevens... Why do you smile?
Nothing. It's just odd to hear a dignified man like Mr. Stevens called Toby. That's all.
Well, it suits him. As an old friend of his anyway, may I introduce myself? I'm Ken Blake, on vacation from the American Consulate in London.
How do you do? My name is Gray, Marjorie Gray. I most particularly wanted to have a word with Mr. Stevens.
Miss Gray, will you pardon my impertinence if I ask...
Ask what?
Whether it's about your Aunt Hester at Monte Carlo and the man who seemed so determined to scare her to death.
You know about that?
Yes, a little. After all, that's why Toby's left his law practice and come all the way from London. He said...
Mr. Stevens.
Marjorie. Great Scott, what are you doing here?
I came up from Monte Carlo, especially to see you. I thought I'd find you in Paris, but when I got to your hotel, they told me you'd gone. Cook said they'd reserved a compartment on this train for you. So, well, here I am.
But why?
Before you see Aunt Hester, Mr. Stevens, I want to know what you meant by that letter you wrote me.
I meant exactly what I said, Marjorie. I'm going to expose this faker, George Revel.
Excuse me, if you two want to talk, I'll just clear out of here.
Oh, no, Ken, stay where you are.
Really, Mr. Stevens?
You've made an impression on her, Ken. When the girl suddenly becomes thoroughly British after spending half her life on the Riviera, well, you've made an impression.
Don't talk like that, Toby. She won't get annoyed with you for saying it. She'll just get annoyed with me.
Marjorie, this is Ken Blake.
We've met, thanks.
I asked him to come along with me, and for a very good reason.
Indeed?
Ken was for years at the American consulate in Paris. He knows all the heads of the Sûreté Générale, that's the Scotland Yard of France. And in particular, he knows the great detective Flamand, who's the chef de Sûreté. I thought Ken might be very useful when we nab Revel.
But I tell you, Revel is dangerous.
Dangerous, my eye.
Something's going to happen. I know something dreadful's going to happen.
Now, let's face the situation, Marjorie. Your Aunt Hester is middle-aged, wealthy, and,
Oh, if only Uncle Paul hadn't died. He was the decentest person I ever knew.
But he did die, my dear, and Hester can't be consoled. She can't eat, she can't sleep, she can't think of anything except getting in touch with his spirit. Along comes this faker Revel to give seances.
I wonder if he is a faker.
You're not falling for this Tommy rot, surely?
Really, Mr. Blake, if I'd asked for your advice in this matter...
I beg your pardon, Miss Gray. When we get to Nice, I'll take the first train back to Paris.
No, wait, please. I didn't mean to be rude. It's nice of you to help us, but it's the whole atmosphere of Monte Carlo.
Well, that's quite all right, my dear. We understand.
Of course.
There's Aunt Hester in that villa over the Mediterranean. There's Revel, all thin and quiet and swarthy, with those somber-looking eyes of his. He seems to dominate her, just as Mr. Stevens used to.
Dominate her, my dear? That's rather a strong word for an easygoing old buffer like me.
The things Revel does at those seances are terrifying. I don't know whether he's an imposter or not, but I am sure nobody else can do what he does.
Now there, Marjorie, is where you're wrong. I can.
You can?
Yes. I promise to duplicate in front of your aunt every single trick Revel ever performed.
Oh, but that's impossible.
Is it? Wait and see.
I'll put it up to Mr. Blake. It isn't merely that Revel is tied up, tied hand and foot in a chair, while these horrible things are going on. I know there are people who can get out of ropes and back into them again. But Revel lets you take one precaution that shows there can't be any trickery.
Oh? And what is that precaution?
Just before the lights go out, he takes a piece of white paper.
Well?
He puts one under each foot. You take a pencil and draw an outline around the shoe on the paper. If he moved the millionth fraction of an inch, it would show in the outline later. But it never does.
Well, look here, Toby, that's a bad one. Why does it strike you as being so funny?
Because I can do it, too. Just give me a moment of darkness, that's all.
You mean he gets out of his shoes or something like that?
No, he could hardly get out of his shoes and back into them without disturbing the outline.
Then he doesn't leave his chair after all.
On the contrary, he can be all over the room.
Well, how in Satan's name does he do it?
My dear fellow, there's nothing simple.
The Villa Bijou, Monte Carlo, the next evening. On the lighted terrace, that white villa, overlooking the olive groves and the sea, three people are seated at their ease, enjoying the night air. Below glitters the town, a white palm garden. But even its lamps are dimmed by the firework illuminations from the Promenade des Anglais. When the Principality of Monaco celebrates its ruler's birthday, great rockets go hissing upwards to burst and bloom in colored fires against a black sky.
I don't like those fireworks. The noise upsets me. I wish they'd stop.
Never mind the fireworks, Hester. You've heard my proposition. Give me an answer.
Oh, what's more, you spilled broth on your jacket at dinner. You're the clumsiest eater I ever saw. Here. Let me take a handkerchief to it.
Please, Aunt Hester, won't you answer Mr. Stevens?
Why don't you two let me alone, both of you?
We're only trying to help you. Don't you believe that?
Oh, yes, I believe it, but I'm happy. I talked with my husband twice last week.
Now, look here, Hester. This has got to stop.
Why?
Ravel's a fraud, and I can prove it.
If Monsieur Ravel is a fraud, what is he gained by this? Has he not asked for money?
I don't know, has he?
No, not a penny.
You haven't changed your will by any chance. People do queer things sometimes that even their solicitors don't know about.
Oh, no, dear, I haven't changed my will. When I die, Marjorie inherits everything. I am a lonely woman. I'm getting old. I haven't got much to look forward to. Now, why don't you go your way and let me go mine?
Suppose Ravel is a fraud. Just suppose it.
Well, all right, have your way.
You wouldn't like to think you'd been deliberately tricked and imposed on now, would you?
No.
Now listen, Hester. If I prove to you these so-called miracles were really tricks that I can do myself.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Alex Stevens.
I offer to prove that here and now. Would that shake your faith a little?
Yes, I suppose it would. But how did you become so clever all of a sudden?
How did you become so gullible all of a sudden? You used to scoff at this sort of thing. You used to be gay and lively and go to the casino.
Well, that was before Paul died. You're shivering, Marjorie. If you feel cold, put on a wrap.
I'm not cold. It's only...
Only what?
Oh, got a kind of presentiment that there's something dreadful hanging over us. I can't tell what direction it's taking or who's in danger. But I'm sure it's going to burst. Just as sure as
By George, look at that rocket.
Yes. Red and gold stars. And a deathly white blaze like the life we're living. You can see every leaf in the garden. Every blade of grass.
And we can also see, look there, Ravel and Ken Blake coming up the path.
This Ken Blake, Mr. Stevens. Are you sure he's quite honest?
My dear Marjorie, Ken's all right. I've known him for years.
I thought he came here to help expose Ravel. But he and Ravel are as thick as thieves. What sort of game is going on here?
Game, mademoiselle? You spoke of a game?
Yes, Monsieur Ravel, I did.
So did I, friend Ravel. Are you ready for my demonstration tonight?
Demonstration?
In the seance room upstairs. You claim you can bring back the dead.
Pardon me, monsieur, I claim nothing. When I'm in trance, I cannot tell what happens.
But I can. I'm going to make ghosts walk by perfectly natural means.
You know, Monsieur Stevens, I don't understand your logic.
Logic?
Yes, you wish to, how do you put it? Expose me? But how will you expose me by these childish tricks? If I show you a counterfeit 10-pound note, does that prove there's no Bank of England?
I'm not going to argue subtleties with you. You can always beat me there. I'm a plain, ordinary man with a little common sense to back me up.
No. Come on, my friend. Not an ordinary man, surely.
Just exactly what are you hinting at?
Yes, I'd like to know that, too.
Oh, Madame Hester, believe me, I didn't mean to upset you. I wouldn't upset you for anything.
No, I'll bet you wouldn't.
Well, I kiss your hand, Madame. I'm all apologies. Well, let this gentleman do what he likes. But I warn him, it is dangerous.
Dangerous? How is it dangerous?
That's the first time you've spoken, Mr. Blake. Why have you been so quiet?
Please, Marjorie, please now, be a good girl and stop interrupting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aunt Hester, but he's been muttering to himself and moving from one foot to the other and looking guilty.
Confound it, I'm not looking guilty.
Aren't you?
No, it's a hot night. I don't like this business at all. Why will a seance be dangerous?
Why? Because we shall be tampering with evil forces.
Evil forces, my foot.
Oh, you doubt it?
Yes.
This brave Monsieur Stevens is challenging the unseen world. He's mocking at forces he does not understand. Believe me, monsieur, they are not mocked without danger.
I'll risk that, thanks.
Well, up in a seance room, with a door bolted on the inside, we shall be at their mercy. The evil forces, the elementals, will wax and grow strong. They can take us in their grip, as I take this walking stick and...
You've got strong hands, Monsieur Ravel.
The hands of evil spirits are stronger, much stronger.
I'm afraid. I wonder if we ought to do this.
I've been wondering the same thing. What does your aunt say?
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm so confused. And I want to break down and cry. But I suppose we'd better do it, or Alex Stevens will never let me hear the end of it.
For the last time, monsieur, will you be warned of danger?
No.
Very well. Oh, Madame Hester.
Yes, Monsieur Ravel.
Do you believe that I'm an impostor?
No, dear, of course not.
But in your heart, you're not yet convinced.
Well, I don't know. I'm not such a fool as some people seem to think.
But if something did happen, something to show there are living forces beyond this world, it would convince you utterly?
Oh, yes, I suppose it would.
Then, shall we allow Monsieur Stevens to go on with his demonstration?
I have a feeling we shouldn't do this. Oh, I'm afraid.
Upstairs at the Villa Bijou, there is a small, bare, deeply carpeted room. Its only furniture consists of a round table, 5 chairs, and a large cabinet phonograph. There is only one door, and there are no windows. In one chair, a little way back from the table, sits Mr. Alexander Stevens. He is tied hand and foot, the outline of his shoes drawn with pencil on pieces of paper, so that he cannot move.
Now then, friend Raphael. Have you quite finished tying me up?
Oh, yes. Yes, and I bet you won't get out of these knots, sir.
Well, we'll see about that. Are the rest of you ready?
Yes, all right.
Oh, dear, I wish I'd put some smelling salts in my handbag.
Well, what do you want us to do now?
We'll have conditions exactly as they are for Mr. Ravel. I'll sit in this chair back from the table. You 4 sit round the table, clasping hands to form a circle.
All right, let's get on with it.
Ken, will you start the gramophone? I believe it's customary, Mr. Ravel, to have hymns played at the beginning of a seance to establish the proper frame of mind.
Yes, monsieur, that's true. You fool.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing, monsieur. Please continue.
Start the gramophone, Ken. When you've done that, turn out the lights on that switch by the door. Then join the circle. Clasp each other's hands tightly and don't let go unless...
Unless what?
Well, unless something gets me.
Be careful, monsieur.
Go on, please. Start the gramophone.
All right, here goes.
Now the lights, Ken. Switch off the lights.
Lights? Yes. There you are. It's pitch dark. I can't see my way back to the table.
Here, Ken. Here's my hand.
Thank you.
Mine on the other side, Mr. Blake.
Thank you. I've got my bearings now.
Are all of you clasping the hands of the next person? Then quiet and wait for what's going to happen.
Ken, look.
Look where?
Over there, where Mr. Stevens is sitting.
What about it?
There's a luminous spot in the dark, about the size of a shilling.
Shh. Quiet, please.
Did anything touch the back of your neck?
No.
What was that? It's Alex Stevens. I know it.
This was not on a program, madame. Break the circle and get those lights on.
The luminous spot is still there. Oh, hurry, Ken.
I can't see my way in the dark. I don't know which direction the lights are. Wait a minute. Here's the wall. If I grope along here, I ought to find the switch. Yes, here it is. Lights.
Quiet. Silence, mademoiselle, if you please.
What's wrong with Mr. Stevens? What's that sticking out of his chest?
It's the handle of a dagger. And a good deal of blood has soaked through his coat, too. Oh, Monsieur Blake, will you turn off this gramophone?
Yes, certainly. But you're not saying that Toby Stevens is dead?
I'm afraid he is, my friend. That's a direct heart wound. Perhaps 10 seconds of intense agony, and then the end. Oh, is the door still bolted from the inside?
Yes.
Then we are all alone, here, the 4 of us. This rash gentleman, one imagines, did not kill himself. He's too well tied up.
I know who killed him. Mr. George Ravel. You did, with luminous paint.
I killed him, mademoiselle? With luminous paint?
I mean, that was part of the trick. You tied him up. You were the only one who touched him.
And? What of that, mademoiselle?
Luminous paint doesn't show up in the light. You smeared a little of it on his coat. That showed you exactly where to strike in the dark.
I commend your good sense, madame. But there are 2 excellent reasons why I had nothing to do with this. The first reason I must keep to myself, but the second reason can easily be proved.
Well, what is it?
Well, up to the time that man screamed, you yourself were holding my right hand, and Madame Hester was holding my left hand. Did either of you let go at any time?
No. No, that is, I didn't. What about you, Aunt Hester?
No, Marjorie, dear. I didn't let go either. He never moved.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Well, monsieur, speak up.
I was holding Marjorie's hand on one side and her aunt's on the other. And they didn't move either. Nobody let go or left the circle.
That's true.
Consequently, none of us could have killed Toby Stevens.
Yes, it is true.
Somebody must have sneaked in here.
Oh, no. As you said yourself, the door is bolted on the inside.
Then who the devil did kill him?
Well, that's the question. Has anybody ever seen that dagger before?
No. It looks like one of those curio things you buy in the shops.
Yes, and with the design of wooden scroll work on the handle. No fingerprints will show. Nothing else, except some musical instruments. A tambourine, an accordion, and a speaking trumpet. You know, I blame myself for this.
You ought to.
Why?
Because you killed him. Don't ask me how, but I know why.
Indeed, mademoiselle. You found my motive.
Yes, I have. You've got Aunt Hester fully believing in you now, haven't you?
Easy, Marjorie.
In another minute, you'll be talking about forces and elementals and heaven knows what. You'll be saying it was a spirit hand that killed Mr. Stevens, because nobody else could have.
Please, Marjorie, brace up. Someone's got to send for the police.
Why don't you send for the police, Ken? Couldn't you help us there?
Help you? How?
Mr. Stevens said you knew the heads of the Sûreté. He said you knew this man Flamand, who's supposed to be the greatest detective in France.
Oh, but this isn't French territory. Monte Carlo is the independent state of Monaco.
I'm sorry, Marjorie. Ordinarily, I might have helped.
You mean you won't help us?
I'm sorry, Marjorie. I can't.
Then I've got to help myself. George Ravel, you killed Mr. Stevens. But how?
Yes, how?
24 hours later, 24 hours of blind puzzling. In the railway station at Nice, 9 miles from Monte Carlo, the night express for Paris is already underway. The guard has blown his signal, and the great wheels grind. A young man, hatless and worried, pushes through the crowd past the already moving train.
Non, monsieur. C'est défendu. Vous êtes trop tard.
Too late, nothing. I'm getting aboard this train.
Prenez garde, monsieur. Prenez garde.
I'm sorry to have caused you any trouble, guard. But do you happen to know whether... Marjorie.
Ken Blake. What are you doing on this train?
Exactly the question I wanted to ask you. Walk along the corridor with me, will you?
All right.
Marjorie, you little idiot. What's the idea of running away?
If it's any of your business, Mr. Blake, I'm not running away. I'm merely going to Paris.
You were told to stay in Monte Carlo. Don't you know you can land in jail for this?
They'll put you in jail, too, won't they?
Yes, I suppose so. But what's the idea of going to Paris?
First of all, I had to get Aunt Hester away from that man, Ravel. She really thinks he can call up ghosts now.
Is your aunt on this train?
Yes, in that compartment there. Second, I'm going to Paris for some real help. I'm going to the Sûreté. I'm going to see this man, Flamand.
You won't find Flamand in Paris, Marjorie. And you'll certainly never get him to arrest Georges Ravel.
Oh? And why not?
Because, my dear idiot, Georges Ravel is Flamand.
What are you saying?
The man who calls himself Ravel is really Flamand, the head of the whole French Detective Bureau. He made me promise not to tell anybody.
Then that's why you've been looking so guilty for 2 days.
Yes, I tried to tip you off today, but the police were with us all the time.
So he is a fake spiritual medium. Mr. Stevens was right about that. And I still say I'm right about the other thing. Whoever he is, Ravel killed Mr. Stevens.
But how and why?
Oh, I don't know. This alleged detective. Did he tell you why he was masquerading as a medium in Monte Carlo?
No. All I know is that we're in one sweet mess. We've left town without permission. They'll probably stop the train and send us back in a patrol wagon.
Oh, no, my friend. That won't be at all necessary.
Ravel!
Yes, mademoiselle. Ravel or Flamand. Well, since you know me as Ravel, call me that.
You knew that I was on this train?
Oh, naturally.
Look here, old man. I kept quiet about you because you swore it was a matter of life and death. But will you answer a couple of questions now?
Oh, with pleasure.
Why did you pose as a medium?
Because the Monacan government employed me to trap a murderer. So I had to work, undercover.
All right. Why was Toby Stevens killed?
Stevens was killed because he was a blackmailer.
A blackmailer?
Yes, mademoiselle. Does that surprise you?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. Very much.
I tried to warn Stevens, but the fool wouldn't listen. And then, well, I wasn't quick enough. Stevens was murdered, of course, by one of us 4 in the seance room.
Well, that's impossible.
Impossible? Oh, no. The trick was baffling because of its simplicity.
I'm sure you killed him.
One moment, mademoiselle. Let me show you what I mean by trick baffling because it is so simple. Take, for example, the pencil outline drawn on a paper around the medium shoes. Did Stevens tell you how I did that?
No. On this train 2 nights ago, he started to tell us, but...
Then he just stopped in the middle of it and laughed.
You see, the medium leaves his chair. Well, he makes tambourines rattle and ghost forms appear. Yet the pencil outline is not disturbed. Now, how does he manage it?
Well, how does he manage it?
Well, quite easily. He returns to his chair. He turns over the 2 pieces of paper. He takes another pencil and draws an outline of his shoes on the reverse side of the paper. You look at it.
And imagine it's the same outline we drew.
Precisely. So easily are people misled. And it was the same way with a murder.
But there couldn't have been any trick about the murder. None of us left the circle. We were all clasping hands when we heard that scream. Don't you agree?
Oh, yes, I agree.
I can't stand this any longer. When we heard Mr. Stevens utter that horrible scream...
What makes you think it was Stevens who uttered that scream?
I beg your pardon.
What makes you think it was Stevens who screamed?
Well, wasn't it?
Oh, you assumed it, yes. Well, we all assumed it. But up to that time, Stevens wasn't even hurt.
Wasn't hurt?
You see, the source of sound cannot be located in the dark. It was the murderer who uttered that appalling cry. In a few seconds of darkness, before the lights went on, the killer simply leaned across and drove that dagger into Stevens' chest.
And you prove that?
Yes. If Stevens had been hit at the time of the scream, blood would have blotted out the spot of luminous paint. Yet, Marjorie Gray saw the paint shining after the scream.
That's true, Marjorie. I heard you say so.
You put the luminous paint there, Ravel. You were the only person who touched him.
Oh, no. There was one other person who touched him.
Who was it?
Another person, in full sight of you, said Stevens had spilled broth on his coat and swabbed at his chest with a handkerchief.
You mean?
I mean, of course, the real murderer. Your Aunt Hester.
Yes, Marjorie. Your Aunt Hester.
Aunt Hester!
Keep back, all of you.
Oh, so you managed to find the revolver?
Marjorie, I poisoned your Uncle Paul. I poisoned my husband, and Alex Stevens knew it.
You can't get away, madame. Keep away from that door.
I never believed in spiritualism. I let myself be influenced by a medium because Alex Stevens would try to stop it. He was getting money out of me. He wanted no other influence.
Don't open that door, madame.
But I am opening it.
Oh, Aunt Hester, don't!
I told you I wasn't a fool as I looked. I had the knife in my hand.
Stop her, Ken! Stop her! Ah!
Well, mademoiselle, she has committed many crimes, but now she has paid for them all.
And so closes The Moment of Darkness, starring Peter Lorre, Wendy Berry, with George Zucco. Tonight's tale of Suspense. This is your narrator, the Man in Black, who conveys to you Columbia's invitation to spend this half hour in suspense with us again next Tuesday, when Agnes Moorehead and Ray Collins will star in a study in terror titled The Diary of Sophronia Winter. The producer of these broadcasts is William Spear, who with Ted Bliss, the director, Wilbur Hatch, and Lucian Morowick, conductor and composer, and John Dixon Carr, the author, collaborated on tonight's Suspense.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon. What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
When you're watching TV boxing bouts with fighters swinging hooks and clouts, the moment that bell begins to sound, it's Pabst Blue Ribbon from the very first round. What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
What'll you have?
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Smoother, smoother, smoother flavor, zest and sparkle, millions favor. Taste that smoother, smoother flavor.
Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Finest beer served anywhere.
Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
What'll you have? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Hot dog, Armour hot dog. What kinds of kids eat Armour hot dogs?
Fat kids, skinny kids, kids who climb on rocks. Soft kids, fizzy kids.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs.
Armour hot dog.
The dog kids love to bite. Picking it up on the old banjo, put on the mustard and away we go.
When men bite dogs, then soon they say,
But when kids fight dogs, they yell,
hooray for hot dogs.
Armour hot dog.
The dog
Kids love to bite.
Out of the past, phantoms of a world gone by, speak again the immortal tale, The Returned.
Jacob, there comes the hearse.
Poor Lady Ligeia. What a tragedy it was, Ellen.
Look how the village folks lie the street.
And look, he rides in a carriage directly behind the coffin. Poor Sir Charles. What will he do now?
Why, didn't he tell you?
Now, you know that you're his favorite in service.
Just the other night when I was taking him his late cup of tea, he said, Ellen, I'm going away for a long time. I'm afraid I'll have to leave everything to you and Jacob.
The whole of Glanville Castle? Did he say that?
He did. So he's leaving right after the coffin's lowered in the ground, directly after.
How grieved he is. To think, 3 days ago, Lady Ligeia was laughing and dancing at the ball. And now they're putting her body in the ground.
Does any of us know we'll be alive tomorrow? It's not so strange. Accidents happen every day. She should have been careful not to go so near the cliff.
Oh, the cliff. I tell you, Ellen, Sir Charles should put a tall fence around it to keep folks away. It's that dangerous.
Look, the hearse is passing.
Look at all the snow-white lilies.
They were her favorites, lilies.
But you, Ellen, I haven't seen you shed a single tear.
Well, it's hard to. I don't believe she's really dead at all.
Whatever do you mean by that?
You'll not say I told you now.
Not a word.
And you promise not to be frightened?
Of course not. Whatever is it?
Oh, I've been saying to myself how much better I'd feel for telling it to somebody.
Then come, tell it to me.
Well, it's not that I mean she's not dead. She is, of course, but... Well, only last night, Jacob.
Yes?
I found some of the funeral lilies in a vase in the library.
Oh, well, what of that?
It was Lady Ligeia who put them there. Her ghost, Jacob. Her ever-living ghost.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I heard her wailing from the sea. Wailing for Sir Charles to come back. Now I've told you. And you mustn't breathe it to a soul, do you hear?
Not a soul, Ellen. Not a soul. Easy getting into the carriage, Sir Charles.
Thank you, Jacob. Goodbye, Ellen. Jacob, take good care of Granville Castle.
Goodbye, Sir Charles, and please, sir, take care of yourself.
Yes, I will.
Goodbye, sir. We'll watch over the castle good and proper, sir.
I know you will. Go ahead, driver. Goodbye. I'll let you hear from me.
Goodbye, Sir Charles.
Goodbye, Sir Charles.
Sir Charles, Sir Charles, run away, run away. But wherever you go, wherever you are, you will come back to me. For all roads lead to Legia, to Legia, to Legia.
So, Ellen, I've seen the world. Nearly all of it, I suppose. And the months have quickly slipped by. It seems only yesterday I left you and Jacob at Granville Castle. 4 years aren't so very long, after all. But this isn't what I'm writing to say. Ellen, there's one thing more.
It's by way of a surprise, a wonderful surprise. I won't tell you what. But have Lady Legia's rooms aired and cleaned, and prepare dinner for 2 on Wednesday. There, I've told you without intention. My best regards to you and Jacob, Sir Charles. Well, did you ever? Jacob, he's gone and gotten himself married again. You mark my words.
Well, that's good. I hope he has. Indeed, I do.
Wednesday. Why, that's day after tomorrow. Jacob, we'll have to hire more servants. Now, tomorrow morning...
Sir Charles.
Ellen, listen.
Sir Charles. Come home. Come home.
It's her again. Lady Legia. Now you've heard it, too. She's been here all these years, Jacob, waiting for him to come back again.
The ghost. The castle's haunted by her ghost.
Now you believe me. Many's the time I've heard her crying in the sea wind, roaming through the big halls, her footfalls soft on the stairs. But I've never been afraid until now. Till she laughed just then.
Oh, this is a terrible thing. What could she want here, Ellen?
We mustn't let on we know anything about it, Jacob. Not to a soul. Come on now, it's late.
But, Ellen...
You see, Lady Legia's ghost cries for Sir Charles to join her. And now he can never do that, don't you see?
You mean, because he's married again?
Yes, and when the ghost finds out he belongs to someone else, what will she do? It's that frightens me. Come on now. Snuff the candles and close the shutters tight.
Yes, Ellen.
Oh, Charles, what a happy day this is.
The day's happy because of you, Louina. And I'm happy, too, because you make me so.
Do I, Charles? Oh, it's good to see your eyes so bright. Remember in London how gloomy you were? How sad you seemed?
That's all gone because of you.
Have you really forgotten her, Charles?
Completely, Louina. Legia's gone from my mind forever.
Did you love her very much?
There now, you made me promise weeks ago not to speak of her again.
But she was so famous for her beauty, and I am curious.
You're beautiful. Do you know, I think I've been in love with you since that day your father brought you to Granville Castle and we sailed our paper boats.
Oh,
remember?
Charles, we were only 6 or 7 years old.
I know we were. I don't ever remember having such a jolly time as we did that day. I thought of that day instantly we met in London last April.
How strange to remember such a little thing as paper boat.
And then I remember thinking, Lady Louina Trevanion of Tremaine belongs in Granville Castle. I am in love with her. And then we said, how do you do?
And before you knew it, you were married. The Lady Louina had snared you, as they say in London. Charles. Oh, Charles, look. There's the castle.
I love it, standing there on that high bluff overlooking the sea. We'll be there in no time now, darling.
How impressive it is. Oh, how exciting, Charles. I'm in love with it already.
Louina, what's the matter?
Nothing, Charles. It's nothing.
But you've gone white. Are you ill?
No, it's nothing. Just the excitement, I suppose. I felt a little jab at my heart, as if it were pricked with an icicle.
Oh, Louina. My darling.
It's gone now. I'm quite all right. But, Charles...
Yes?
It's nothing. How silly I am. You see what being in love with Sir Charles Glanville does to one? She grows faint with a kind of wonderful happiness.
What delicious tea, Ellen.
Thank you, Lady Louina. Jacob has lighted a fire in the library, Sir Charles.
All right, Ellen. Shall we go into the fire, Louina?
Charles, may I ask a question?
Of course, my darling.
Will you forgive me? It's about Ligeia.
Well, what is it now?
Something rather strange, I think. Was she a little taller than I? Blue eyes, very black and lovely hair, and a beautiful smile.
Why, yes. How did you know?
Twice this evening I've had a kind of glimpse of her.
Louina, what do you mean?
I mean, this afternoon in the carriage when I felt ill, a picture of her passed for a second through my mind. I saw her quite clearly. Then tonight at dinner when I spoke of the draft in the room, I saw her again.
Louina, those flowers. Ellen! Ellen, come here.
Charles, what is it?
I won't have them here.
My darling, whatever's the matter? What won't
Ellen!
you have?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sir Charles. What is it, sir?
Those lilies in that vase, take them out.
Oh, Sir Charles, what shall I do with them? I've been afraid to throw them out.
Nonsense, Ellen. Why?
Because they're her flowers. Oh, I didn't want to tell you. But those lilies have been there, white and beautiful as snow, since the day she died 5 years ago.
What? Ellen, you can't believe such nonsense.
It's true, sir, it's true. There are more in the chapel.
Then we should leave them, Charles. What difference can a dozen lilies make?
All right, Ellen. Leave them here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is Jacob locked up for the night?
Yes, sir, he has.
Good night, then, Ellen.
Good night, Ellen. Charles, how gloomy you look. Come, my darling. The fire's warm and the room's cozy with it.
Oh, Louina, that terrible depression's coming back. It's here, everywhere in the castle. A brooding, haunting fear. I'm afraid. I don't know why, Louina, but I'm afraid.
My darling, there's nothing to be afraid of.
It was like this before. Even the first night after she died, when her body lay in the chapel, covered with flowers. It was... There.
Charles, the wind's blown open the terrace doors.
Oh, close them.
Charles!
What is it?
Something blew in the window from the sea. Charles, it's on my shoulder. Get it off. Get it off.
Louina. There. Now it's gone.
How awful. Oh, wet and slimy. Charles, close the windows.
There. Oh, Louina. My darling.
Seaweed from the sea. It was in the wind. It felt like wet hands on my shoulders, on my throat. Oh, Charles, take it out.
Here, I'll shove it on the hearth. There now. Oh, my darling, don't be afraid.
It was like cold hands tightening about my throat. Charles, we're not alone. There's someone here in the room.
Ligeia. Ligeia. She was always here. Louina, there's something I must tell you.
What is it, Charles?
I hated her. I never loved her at all.
Charles.
It was long ago. Both she and I were so young when the marriage was arranged. Ligeia was beautiful and strong. She loved me more than I could understand.
Charles.
Then one night I made up my mind to get away. She grew wild with anger. I left the house. She followed me to the cliff.
My darling.
She was always indifferent to danger. She threatened to throw herself over the bluff into the sea if I persisted and went away. And then, suddenly it happened. I saw her slip. A bit of earth gave way. I grabbed for her, but it was too late. She fell like a stricken bird onto the rocks and surf below.
But, Charles, you can't blame yourself for such an accident.
That night she said something I'll never forget.
What was it?
She said, if you go away, I'll follow you, Charles. You can't escape me. Never. Even when I'm dead, I'll follow you. Wait and see. Come here. Listen.
What is it?
Ligeia. Ligeia. She's here. Here in the room.
But why?
She's come for me. For me.
Charles.
Louina, what's the matter, darling?
The little stab at my heart. Oh, Charles. You're wrong. Ligeia's come for me.
Ellen! Oh, my darling Louina, can you ever forgive me for bringing you here?
Charles, don't fret. I'm not afraid of this ghost.
Ellen!
What harm can a phantom do us?
But this pain in your heart, it frightens me. And you said she's come for you.
I believe she has, Charles. I mean, Lygia's jealous. It's her wicked jealousy that haunts the castle.
Did you call, Sir Charles?
Yes, Ellen. Lady Louina's not well. I'm going to carry her upstairs. Will you take the candle for me?
But I can walk, Charles. Really, I can.
And if you feel well enough to walk, let's go away from here now. Oh, Louina, say you will.
Leave Glenville Castle? Oh, Charles, we've only just come. No, you carry me upstairs if you wish, but let's stay here. It's our home.
Oh, whatever will I do with her, Ellen? All right, now. There now. You're light as a feather.
This way, sir. I'll open the door.
Thank you.
Ellen, has she been haunting the castle all these years that Charles was away?
I suppose you could say she has, ma'am. Now and again I've heard her climbing these very stairs and laughing, very happy-like. But mostly I've heard her outside on the bluff.
How do you mean, Ellen?
Well, it's just that, well, sir, I think that's where she comes from. The cliff where she died. Jacob never heard her wailings in the sea winds, but many's the night I have. Her voice seems like part of the surf and the wind, if you know what I mean. Here, sir, I'll open the bedroom door.
Thank you.
Charles, how solemn you are. Let me down gently now.
There. Adjust the pillows, Ellen.
Oh, ma'am, forgive me for speaking so, but the way things are, I think Sir Charles is right. You should go away.
Now, Ellen, I'll wager the phantom is already gone and your fears are for nothing. Charles, where are you going?
I thought I heard a sound on the stairs. Oh, Louina, my darling, you can make light of this thing, but I tell you there's more to it than you know. There's evil, hatred and evil here.
But where are you going?
I'm going outside to the cliff. Ellen, stay here with her.
He's gone. Oh, Ellen, I can tell you. I'm deathly afraid.
But I'm here, ma'am.
It's not that. Don't you see? She'll never let us be happy, Ellen, never. And she'll take him away from me somehow. I don't know how, but somehow she will.
Lygia, where are you? Lygia, listen to me. I'll do anything you say. Anything, if I can only right the wrong. I appeal to you, Lygia.
What would you have, Sir Charles? Happiness with Lady Louina?
Lygia, it is you.
Part of the sea and the wind am I, Sir Charles, until you come to me.
Oh, leave me alone, Lygia. Let me live my life.
There in the castle and here by the sea I've waited. And you've come back again, as I knew you would someday.
No, not to you.
To me, Sir Charles. Come to me now. The path lies downward to the rocks and the surf. It is but a step from where you are to me. Come.
No, I don't love you. I never did. You know that.
Then I shall haunt you till you do, Sir Charles. Until you do.
Lygia, where are you? Come back. The laughter moves to the castle. Louina. Ellen, is Lady Louina all right?
Oh, sir, I'm glad you've come. Something's terribly wrong with my mistress.
Louina, my darling, what's the matter?
Jacob, fetch me the cold
I should never have left you. Never.
Here we are, Ellen.
I feel so tired, Charles. So tired.
This compress on your forehead, ma'am. It'll do you good.
Does she have fever, Ellen?
No, sir. This illness came upon her quite sudden-like a little while ago.
I'll be all right. Soon I'll be all right.
Ellen, we've got to get her out of here. Now.
Oh, Sir Charles, I'd be afraid to risk it. It's her heart, I think. Feel how it beats.
Oh. Jacob.
Yes, sir.
Get the carriage. Go for the village doctor. Tell him Lady Glanville is ill. Dangerously ill. Tell him anything, but get him back here quick.
Yes, sir. Fast as I can.
Ellen, close the door. Is the window locked?
Yes, sir, it is. I'll lock the door.
How can we keep the ghost of Lygia away, Ellen? How? We must. Oh, Louina, I'll take you away from here soon. Soon as you're able to go.
Charles, hold my hand.
What? It's cold. Don't be afraid, darling. Ellen and I are here with you.
I am afraid. Help me, Charles. How can I fight when the phantom comes?
But she won't come, Louina. Soon the doctor will be here. He'll make things right again. It's only some illness.
Charles, poor Charles. I should never have come to Glenville. You belong to Lygia, to no one else. She'll never let you go. Listen. Listen. Lucia comes for me, Charles, now.
No, Louina, it's nothing. We're imagining it.
Oh, she's coming nearer, sir. What shall we do?
That laughter.
Charles, I'm afraid of her. Help me. Help me. The lock turned.
Lucia, in the name of heaven, leave us alone. I'll do anything you say. Anything, but leave us alone.
Look, sir. The lilies moved. She's there by the table touching the white lilies.
The lilies are a symbol of my ghostly eternity, Sir Charles. When the lilies wither and fade, your Lucia dies.
She stands near your side. Clearly I can see her now. And she reaches... Charles! She reaches to touch my heart.
No. Ellen, help me quickly. Take the covers from her.
What will you do?
Lucia will murder if we stay here. Hurry up. Carry her to the chapel. Oh, why didn't we think of the chapel before? Louina, darling, relax in my arms. It'll be only a moment.
Sir Charles, wait. Look there. Her eyes are closed.
Louina. Louina. Oh, well. We were too late.
The phantom has murdered her.
Oh, try to reach me now, Lucia. I'll lock this castle tight as a drum, and your loneliness will torment you till the walls rot and crumble away. See what you've done. You've killed her. Your evil jealousy has smothered my lady to death.
Oh, how terrible, sir, how terrible. Come, take her to the chapel. We will pray for her soul.
Yes, we will pray for her soul. Light the other candles, Ellen.
Yes, sir. And lay her there before the altar, Sir Charles.
It's where Lucia lay. Some of her lilies are here still. Now they're Louina's lilies. It's nearly morning, Ellen. Jacob will be returned soon. Have him send the doctor away again.
Come away yourself, Sir Charles. Take her up again. The air here is cold and damp.
In a little while, Ellen. She's so beautiful in the candlelight.
Sir Charles.
What?
Look. Her bosom moves. I saw it clearly then.
Louina. Oh, Louina. Ellen. Her pulse is throbbing.
Oh, praise heaven. It's a miracle, sir.
Here, help me rub her wrist. Quickly there.
Wait. She opens her eyes.
Louina. Oh, you're all right. You're all right. We were so frightened, my darling. We thought...
Poor Charles. You thought I was dead.
Yes. But you're alive. You're alive. Oh, how glad I am. How glad.
And you came back to me, Charles.
Just as I knew you would someday.
Louina, your voice.
Sir Charles. Sir Charles! It's the Lady Lucia. Her spirit has entered the body of your wife.
I've come back to you, Charles. The only way I could.
Lucia!
Take care of me now until this body is well, and then I'll be mistress of Glanville and the wife of Sir Charles again.
Lucia! You're a devil!
Only because I love my life so much and you more than I could bear. Have pity, Charles, and love me, too.
No, Lucia, no.
In time you will, my darling.
Where's she? Where's the Lady Louina?
Somewhere in the wind, even as I was.
Louina!
How useless that is, my Charles.
Louina!
Come to me now, and pity my wretchedness, and give me peace.
Louina!
Oh, Lady Lucia, come back. Leave him be. Leave him be. Come back, Lady Lucia, come back.
Ellen, what's happened here? I've brought the doctor.
Oh, Jacob, help me quickly now. We must go after him, Sir Charles.
I saw him just running toward the cliff and the Lady Louina after him.
Oh, quick then, before it's too late.
Look yonder, Ellen, on the cliff.
Jacob, hurry.
It's the Lady Louina.
No, Jacob. It's the Lady Lucia who has entered the body of Lady Louina. Jacob, look in the morning light. Far below on the rocks.
It's Sir Charles.
Oh, how terrible. How terrible it is.
He died just as the Lady Lucia herself went so long ago.
Jacob, quickly now.
We must get her inside out of the wind.
How cold she is. She's coming around.
Take her up, Jacob. In the castle.
No. No, Ellen. There's no need for that. Is he dead?
Yes. On the rocks below.
I tried to save him. I didn't want him to die.
Don't talk, ma'am. The doctor's here.
Ellen, I cannot stay now.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
I've lost him forever. To her. To Louisa. He loved her truly, Ellen.
Indeed, that he did.
And so did I, but not truly. Instead, I loved him wholly. Too selfishly, because he was my life, and I love my life most of all. But now I cannot stay. Jacob, take me into the chapel and pray that my soul may find rest.
Gladly, ma'am. We'll both pray for you.
And as you pray, watch the lilies on the altar. I promise you, they will wither and turn brown and die.
Ellen.
She's dead, Jacob. A woman with 2 lives. Come, take her up and into the chapel. Let us pray for her soul. Legia and the lilies are dead.
From the time-worn pages of the past, we have brought you the story, The Returned. Bellkeeper, toll the bell.